Tally-ho, Panzer people, and welcome to the appropriately named PanzerPaw. If you've not heard of this game before, it's because this is a relatively unknown one. It just popped up on a closed beta, or open beta, and it's a brand new tank game that's, as you can tell, probably going to be free to play. So I cannot stress this enough, this is really early in development. So let's see if it's any good. Right, so first things first, you have German, Soviet, and US tanks. So this right here is the M2A4 Stuart tank. You may be familiar with it. And let's jump into battle.
Enemy sighted.
Oh, enemy? Enemy? Where? Oh, apparently there's... Well, I was seeing it on the map. I don't know where exactly that is, but there's an enemy somewhere here. You can see on the map there's a little circle around me that shows our actual tank's vision range. So I'm apparently looking at an enemy right now, but he's not popping up for me because it's spotted by an ally. So I need to get a little closer. And some of you may remember when I covered World of Tanks before, I did mention that I did think that such things are realistic because you really don't see anything outside of the tank. Alright, let's try and hit you over there. Oh, let's back up. Driver's been hit. Oh, and I don't even have any first aid kits. That's a problem. Let's try and hit you. Alright, we got him. Our radio operator's knocked out, and so is our driver. Alright, let's just try to fight this guy off. It looks like a Panzer 1. We are kind of plinking away at him right now. I want to try to get into some cover. Try to get the gun on target. It is a little bit shaky, and I'm not sure if that's to do with my ping or if it's to do with the actual gun itself. I'm pretty sure it's just my ping. My track just broke. Yep, it's broken. So I'm kind of a sitting duck here right now. Alright, I think I just busted his track. No, he's still moving. Okay, never mind. Alright, there we go. That one's down. Right, so we've got injured crew members. Our track's back up so we can get moving again. So something that's really cool is they have this sort of Axis and Allies thing going on, and I really hope they continue that if they add more nations to this. Is that you can see right over there, that is actually a Russian tank, or a Soviet tank at this point in time. And the Soviets were on the Allied side, so you will fight alongside the Soviets as the US. Meaning Germany's kind of left on its own, for the most part. But I really can't see German tanks and, let's say, Japanese tanks or something fighting side by side, but possibly Italian might be next. Who knows? Oh, I'm pretty badly damaged. Let's try not to present a good angle for him to hit. I'm not sure what he's doing. I think he's more concerned about the guy shooting him in the butt, actually, so I kind of get some free hits here into his side. You can just see all of those holes popping up on him right now. Let's try to finish him. Come on. There we go. Now, if you're looking at the score at the top, there are only 2 enemy vehicles left. So we should be able to hunt them down quite nicely. These rocks are not good for traversal, as you can tell. We're going very slowly over the top of them. Right, come on. Get over there. It is kind of hard with a dead driver, I will say that. And of course, you might be wondering, like, oh, it's just kind of arcadey because, you know, why would you be able to operate with two-man crew? And you actually can. You just don't have a lot of situational awareness. So in this sort of scenario, actually, the gunner would be replaced by the commander, and the gunner would then become the driver. And that's sort of how you would have to operate the vehicle. It's the only way you can kind of stay functioning. But at that point, you are looking to kind of get back to safety. You're not going to continue fighting. But, you know, in this game, we don't really have that option. Now, I believe the enemy is behind this rock over here. So we're going to slowly make our way over there. And see if we can help him out here. Oh, we didn't need to. Look at that. And you can see that we didn't do too badly. 398 damage. We blocked 154 damage as well, so not too bad. We didn't get any kills to our own name, but we did enough damage for it to count, and that's what matters. So you can see the score is way higher on that. Alright, let's head over to the German side. We have the Panzer 1 right here. One of the first tanks to properly be fielded by the Wehrmacht at the time. And this is how we actually prevent that situation we had just now. We have consumables. You may have seen this in other games, possibly made by a certain company named Wargaming, which of course is what you're going to compare this game to. But yes, you have repair kits, you have fire extinguishers, you have bandages. And they kind of work exactly how you would expect. Alright, and away we go. So, brand new map. This one looks very nice and lush, if I do say so myself. And I do like that the tanks look very kind of worn. Like they're actually being used in actual combat and they're not like, you know, museum pieces. Of course, sadly, a lot of museum pieces don't really look that pristine anymore. And they do need a little bit of help getting polished up. So visit your local tank museum today. Mostly because it's cool. Alright, there is an enemy right in there. We're gonna get you. Come on, hit him. Hit him. Oh, okay. Well, I missed. Fire and move. Can we do a little bit of fire and move? Okay, maybe not. We are pretty accurate on the move, but we have taken some damage to the crew, so that's not good. Alright, let's try to get into a little bit of cover here. Come on, into the river. Alright, we are in a little bit of cover here. Oh, somebody's coming towards me. Oh, there's 3 of them. That's not good. So I can kind of hit him. Well, we might be done for here. That is the entire team. Alright, let's have a look at what the Soviets have to offer. So this is the T-18. That's quite a cute looking one. Very interesting turret design. That's interesting, it only has HE rounds. So these don't have a lot of armor penetration, but they do explode for some pretty nice damage for its size, I think. So one thing that we can also do here is I can actually train my gunner, so we'll get a little bit more accuracy there. And also train our loader, so we get a little bit more reload speed. And the commander as well. So that's kind of how you do things right now, is you just use a little bit of currency and you can do that. So that's driver training as well. We can also increase our damage just as a flat increase like that, and improve our protection as well. It's kind of like mobile games and how they do things, and sometimes it doesn't really make much sense, like how you improve your gun's stats by just, you know, spending money, but stuff like camouflage kind of makes sense. Even to a certain extent, even armor upgrades like this kind of make sense. I just like to think of it more as everything that you get is sort of worn out or poorly maintained and you're just fixing it. But if we're gonna do that, well, let's see. I have 7,000 currency. Let's see how much damage we can get out of this gun. Right, 42 HP per shot. That seems like a good amount to have. Gonna increase our HP as well, all the way up to the top. And that's all of our currency spent. But you do get thousands per battle, so it kind of balances out. So one thing I do really like is the way the sounds work in this game. The guns are really punchy, the engines are really kind of nice and raw. But also, the crew voices are all in their sort of national language, which is something I really like from games like War Thunder. But it would also be nice to have the sort of English voiceover option if you prefer that. But I'm sure that's probably coming later on. This is still an early open beta after all. Alright, we got enemy shots coming from way down there. So I'm just kind of going around this way. I'm following this guy, really. But yes, I'm going to be doing my usual hold down tactics. You can kind of see where they are on the map and try to spot them that way. It does look like that's the whole team. I mean, they have 7 of them. So it looks like the bulk of their team's down this way. So maybe we can get a little flank going, potentially. Ooh, cheeky. That went right over my head. Oh, I think the Germans are behind the church. All right, let's pop up here. There's one. And I missed. Get him again. Oh man, the gun handling is a little bit tricky for me, and I really do think it's just my internet, you know. Aussie internet sabotages again. Alright, let's hit him. Come on. Alright, I feel like there's more behind here. Definitely one of them down here. Oh, we can't go through that. That's so used to being able to go through everything, and I was thinking like, oh, that will definitely go down. No, it won't. Oh, he's the last one, too. Come on, let me hit him again. Oh, we're doing 50 damage a shot. Look at that. Now, obviously, it is based on how thick the armor is where we hit him, so I'm trying to hit him where the turret is, because I think that's the lightest armor there. Jeez, he barrel stuffed him. Just went right up in there. So, as you might have noticed there is a premium pass thing going on, and that's, of course, the game is going to be a free-to-play game, so there will be that sort of thing. But so far, I mean, that last battle got us, what, 5,000 of this silver bars? And I mean, that's halfway to tier 2 already. So if I didn't buy this all 3 starter tanks, I'd already have the Panzer II. But so what they're doing differently, at least for the beta right now, this is all subject to change. They're allowing you to buy the tanks early for gold. Now, gold, of course, is the premium currency, and I'm in two minds on this. On one hand, you don't have to grind, like, research points, so-called, to unlock things. That's pretty cool, but at the same time, you can just straight up buy anything that's in the sort of research tree that you would normally get. So this tech tree of tanks, you can just jump straight to the end, I guess. That's 27,000 gold. Right, so if we go to the shop here, 27,000 gold, so it's 156 USD to get 100,000 gold, which is enough for all 3 of the top tier tanks, plus whatever's below there too. That's pretty good. Or you can get the 8 million here for 29,000 gold, which is only like a third of this. So yeah, the math on it right now, so this is a special offer that's here, but the gold normally would be this amount, so 160 gold would get you 75,000. So that's almost enough for all 3 top tier tanks. Now, I'm not the sort of person that will recommend you spend money on something that's very early in development. I would say let's see where it goes, but I'm kind of liking where this is already going, and that's for one main reason. And that reason is right here at the title screen. This is going to have a Cold War era, and you can see they are separating the modes, and I do hope it stays that way. Now, you can see this is work in progress, so I can click as much as I want. I can't play this yet. Now, it does say Cold War going up to 2024. While that's completely historically debatable, the point is, this is your modern era of tanks, which is what I will most likely be playing primarily. So for those of you who have been on the channel long enough, you'll remember I really liked the game Armored Warfare, but I was really sad to see that it only has one server really far away from me, and only really has enough players to make a PvE match. This might change that if we have enough people playing. And unlike the other tank games available right now, for example in War Thunder, you're gonna have Leopard 1s facing off against World War II era vehicles and experimental prototype vehicles. And in World of Tanks, you have a lot of other issues too, that I think this game kind of addresses. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Is this like World of Tanks? Well, obviously I'm gonna have to talk about that, because if you look at this screen right here, the map in the corner, the crew slots, the modules, the consumables, at first glance, yes, this looks like World of Tanks. And yet, it somehow isn't, in a lot of really subtle ways. One thing you might have noticed is that we are all playing tanks that everyone has access to, even if you choose not to pay anything. There are no premium tanks right now. You may also notice the shots are very consistent. Hitting even sort of like really angled parts of a tank doesn't seem to cause ricochets randomly as easily. But obviously if you hit extreme angles, it's gonna tell you, and you are gonna ricochet. That does still happen in this. But at the same time, it's way more predictable, and you are gonna feel like you're gonna hit things that you should be hitting. On top of that, you may notice, this is a fully unstabilized World War II era Stuart. And the shot dispersion, that little green circle, isn't going completely crazy when I move. And that's a good thing. Now, I'm going to just ignore the sort of lag that's going on with my cursor, because I'm pretty sure that's just network lag, which for me is completely unavoidable, and your mileage may vary. That shot dispersion is way more predictable and a lot easier to handle. Let's see if I can hit this guy right here. Come on. There we go. I got a hit on the move, which I don't think I could have easily done in World of Tanks, unless you have an extremely accurate gun and loads of modifications on your tank. I don't even remember what they're called. Alright, we're gonna go down here. He's coming with me. Did I just track him? No, I didn't. Okay, that's slightly disappointing. I'll say, that was a ricochet right there, because I glanced off of his upper glacis, right? But right into his side there, I don't think it's an issue. Alright, let's see if we can get up here. Gonna damage this guy. Come on. Oh, avoid his turret. Avoid his turret. Oh, I missed completely. Come on. Let me get him. Yes, I got a kill. Alright, there are 2 enemies left. And they are all the way in the middle of the map, so let's try to get back there. This time round, I haven't taken any damage at all. Alright, there's one. I'm gonna stop for this shot. There we go. Oh, look at all the premium bonuses we could have had. Now, you may have also noticed there in the score screen that it does mention premium tank bonuses, so I don't doubt that there are going to be premium tanks. They're just not in the game yet, I guess. And so, while saying that it's not like World of Tanks, and that its gameplay mechanics are a lot nicer to handle, I do also have to point out that it could still turn out that way. So while looking at this game as being a potential really good competitor to some of the other tank games out there, and I'm really excited to see more tank games. More tank games is always better than less tank games, so I really would encourage everyone to try this. I'm not sponsored by them, there's not even a sponsor on this video at all, but I'm very excited for a new tank game and I wanted to show you guys that. We'll obviously come back to this as it develops, and I would encourage you to download it. It is free to try, and hopefully in a few months time or a year's time we come back to this and it's even more fun than we had today. That is PanzerPaw, but let me know what you think of this game down in the comments below. It's definitely one that I enjoy, but I would love to know what you guys think. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, and of course subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.